Tired of classic underdog anime where the main characters will break every bone in their body just to win their battles? Wish you could see more shows like One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100 where you can feel what it's like to be all-powerful? Then look no further. Here are 10 hidden gems full of overpowered heroes who curb-stomp their enemies like it's nothing. Bobo. If you have a nose for comedy, you'll love this classic show. In the distant future, the Chrome Dome Empire who rule the planet have started their evil hair hunt to forcefully shave the heads of everybody who's not yet bald. Standing in their way are Beauty, an ordinary teenage girl, and the incredible Bobo, a muscular man with a blonde afro who fights using the super fist of the nose hair. Bobo and his friends seem to share an ability to warp reality whenever it makes for a great prank against their enemies. Whether it be turning into a carrot, becoming a magical girl, or summoning Yugimoto from inside his head, Bobo always has the perfect plan to leave the hair hunters in a knot. This hyperactive, unpredictable anime will constantly leave you with your jaw open. The Irregular at Magic High School. In an alternate world where magic can be harnessed just like technology, the elite first high school separates its magician students into two groups: the blooms for the high achievers, and the weeds for the ones whose genes show no magical talent at all. Tatsuya Shiba is relegated to the weeds, while his sister Miyuki is accepted into the blooms. Although his practical test scores make him seem like a magicless boy, Tatsuya is actually among the strongest students at the school. With the irregular powers of decomposition, elemental sight, and regrowth, it's up to him to use his peculiar talents, along with his exceptional fighting skills and knowledge, to protect his sister from whatever threats may lurk around the corner. A certain scientific accelerator. This side story to the expansive A Certain Magical Index series stars Accelerator, the most powerful Esper in Academy City. As a level 5 Esper, Accelerator has the power to influence and transform vectors. For those who skipped physics class, this means he can manipulate anything that exerts force on something, such as bullets, electricity, or even wind itself. He can deflect objects aimed at him, create his own force field, fly, and even create miniature earthquakes. For Accelerator, the possibilities are endless. That is why others find it difficult to trust him, and why Academy City's Disciplinary Action Group wants to use him for their own experiments to create a level 6 Esper. This series is great for exploring the larger world of Academy City, as well as for understanding what made Accelerator so unstable and untrusting in the past. Bofuri, I don't want to get hurt, so I'll max out my defense. Here's a nice spin on the isekai formula. Kaede Honjo is having second thoughts about trying out the lifelike VR game New World Online. She joins it, but she has no experience playing MMOs. She spends all her stat points on defense just to stay safe. Even though she can't hit hard or move very fast, she ends up being invulnerable to most attacks. It gets better too, because she's a total tank. Kaede has access to special overpowered skills that can defeat enemies in one hit. With her reputation rapidly rising in New World Online, Kaede is more eager than ever to grow in this MMO and to make new friends both virtually and in the outside world. This is the anime to prove that the best offense is actually a great defense. The Misfit of Demon King Academy. Anos Voldigod gave his own life to stop a never-ending war between humans and demons. Now, 2,000 years later, Anos has been reborn and is ready to assume his title of Demon King again, but it turns out no one can remember who he really is. His only option is to enroll in the Demon King Academy and find out who had been rewriting history in his absence. As the reincarnated Demon King, Anos still wields insanely strong magic abilities, and he can defeat any opponent with ease, whether human or demon. If you want to know what it feels like to have the world beneath your feet, this is the anime to watch. Serial Experiments Lane. This next show might really screw with your head. A classic psychological horror from the 90s, Serial Experiments Lane deals with Lane's relationship to the internet after the tragic death of one of her classmates. After receiving an email from this supposedly dead classmate, Lane takes a sudden interest in The Wired, a surreal virtual world all about communication and social networking. While she's a silent, reserved girl in real life, in The Wired, Lane seems to have the power to do and learn almost anything possible. This attracts the attention of some shady men in black who are connected to the truth behind The Wired and the classmate's cryptic message. They will do anything to stop Lane, but in the wired there's not much they can do against her. Serial experiments Lane can take 2 or more watches to be fully understood, but it's definitely worth it. It's a truly unique sci-fi series that predicted a lot about today's social media. Cautious hero. The hero is overpowered, but overly cautious. Here's another surprise from the world of isekai. The new goddess Ristarte is in need of a hero to save the dangerous world of Gaia Brand. So she summons a powerful human called Seiya Ryuguin. Seiya is excellent at every skill that could be useful in defeating the demon lords, but there's just one thing: he's way too careful for his own good. He'll constantly train by killing low-level slimes and buy multiple sets of armor before even starting Restarte's quest. Proud gamers will recognize that Seiya's unmatched power isn't because he's a godly being, a talented RPG player, or even just really lucky. It's because of his willingness to grind experience points and to avoid even the slightest chance of dying and having to respawn. If you'd like your protagonist to have a believable reason to be overpowered, then Cautious Hero is the perfect anime to watch. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. This wonderful parody of all things anime was the talk of the town back in 2006, but after the agonizing Endless 8 arc, it was dropped faster than people forgot the last season of Game of Thrones. Haruhi Suzumiya is a spunky high school girl who wants to use her school club, the SOS Brigade, to discover aliens, time travelers, espers, any kind of supernatural beings, and she always drags her lazy classmate Kyon along in her plans. What she doesn't know is that she is effectively a god in her world, able to make things come to life just by wishing for it. In fact, the very club members she recruited are actually the fantasy beings she'd been looking for. They all give Kyon the important mission of keeping Haruhi entertained in her normal life, otherwise her restless heart could rewrite reality itself. The show has it all: a moe waifu, a snarky self-insert, a killer yandere, and a constant slice of life shenanigans. Just please, for the love of Haruhi, skip over the Endless 8. Medaka Box. What if I told you this show has a character more powerful than Saitama himself? That's right, Medaka Box may possibly have the mightiest protagonist in all of anime, maybe even all of fiction itself. Medaka Kurokami is the president of Hanikawa Academy Student Council, and she makes it her mission to use her unique skills to protect and improve the lives of her fellow students. With her ability, the End, Medaka can copy any powers or talent she sees at a level of 120%. Did she see Naruto make 50 clones? Well, now she knows how to create 60 of them. Maybe she watched someone playing Beethoven on the violin. Even if she'd never touched an instrument in her life, she'll instantly be able to play Beethoven and Mozart. This battle shonen parody wouldn't be complete if her powers didn't grow even stronger with training. Later on, Medaka learns new skills just by having people tell her about them. No Sharingan-like observation necessary. Throughout this series, she's been able to copy martial arts abilities like Neo in The Matrix, instant teleportation like Goku, and even the ability to make things vanish with her thoughts. Oh, and have I mentioned she has the power to undo her own death? And that was 9 of the most underrated anime with overpowered protagonists. Do you feel like escaping into the adventures of these characters? What other series with OP protagonists do you like to watch?